Do with production, doing it wrong gaming. All right, just going to run through the Vault 155 survivors. They are led by Happy McGovern. He's had one level up, giving him an increase to his strength, so it's now 5, and we increased his officer's sword, so it's now 5S on the test. He's armed with a sawn-off shotgun and an officer's sword. For my champions, I've got Carol Merritt, who's a hunter with a precision hunting rifle. That's been improved. That's now got 30-inch range. We've got Rosie Lambert, the medic. Her melee weapon got leveled up as well from previous game. It's now 4S. She's accompanied by the Fuzz, which is a police unit Protectron. We've got 2 security officers, Amelia and Clayton. Amelia is the female looking one with a combat rifle, and Clayton's got an auto pipe rifle. I've got 3 doggies. I've got Tarzak, Lockie, and Chewy. I've got 2 swatters, Vicky with a baseball bat and a baseball grenade. And I've got Ivan Day, who's going to have a baseball bat and a pipe revolver. Then we've got Anthony and Kimberly, who are settlers. They're rocking the same stuff. They've got pipe revolvers and hand weapons. And then I've got another security officer, Zach, and he is rocking a hunting rifle. Their opponents will be Night Recon Squad Hadrik from the Brotherhood of Steel. They are led by Valen Hadrik. He has got a Gatling laser and power armor. Then we've got Bartholomew and Ulrich, the field scribes. One has a laser pistol and the other has a Crusader pistol. The Crusader pistol is the guy with the stop sign on his base. And then we've got Tristan and Galen, the knights. They both have laser rifles. The dwellers in this corner, we've got 2 guys up on the roof, and basically a whole bunch down here. We have rolled city ruins, which means that anyone that's shooting from elevation is going to have extra dice to their dice pool. We've got exert power, which is what the dwellers have rolled, so they've got to capture these points. So we've got A, C, and we've got B inside here. We've got a couple of searchable tokens because the Brotherhood want to collect as many vault key as they can from these rummage tests. I haven't done the Brotherhood drops, so we've got the leader who's going to be dropping in on turn 2. We've got a knight and a scribe down there. We've got the ghoul going up the guts, and these other 2 over here. So we'll start round 1. The Brotherhood are the attackers. They are the underdogs at 244. They've ended up with 2 psychos and a ghoul. Round 1. So we've done a get moving action. We've moved Ulrich out here. He's basically his full 8. We've moved Galen into there. Now he's within 3, which is Ulrich's control range, so he's going to benefit from spotter. So we're just going to roll for our rummage. We're going to keep it. But then I've got to do the vault search as well. The way I understand it, searching for the vault key is a 4 luck test. This guy's got 2 luck, which means I'm going to be changing 2 of the dice to luck, which is going to be blue. And he's got a luck of 2. So we've got 1 result, which makes it a successful test. So this guy down here now has to carry that with him and not die. Happy did a massive get moving action, basically moved almost everybody around the place. So we've got a bit of fatigue spread out, but they've moved up kind of into cover, ready for the approaching Brotherhood. Now I did go ahead and roll that rummage action, which I shouldn't have done as it wasn't his turn, but we have since done it. So he is fatigued. Oh, geez, you want to look in there? So then it's back to the survivors. Carol's done a get moving action, pushing both hunting rifles up to the edge. She's now going to take a shot at the ghoul. Because it is high ground, she's going to get an extra 1. She's rolling 2 luck. It's a free P test. Perception being 5. So we've got 2 bonus dice. So we've got 3 going through with a pierce, so that will make it 4. So with 4 damage going through, the endurance of the ghoul is 6, so he's going to be taking a harm. So the ghoul is going to shoot at Happy. He's got a little butt shot through the doorway. He's got 5 dice. He's got 3 luck. This is his ghoul's rifle, so it's 1 and done. Looking for anything under a 5. So it's just 2, 3. And that will suppress him. So he'll take a harm and his fatigue will go to exhausted. As you can see, the ghoul has moved after firing with his run and fire ability. He's not taking his second action. Now we're going to go over to the medic. She's going to loot the token and the parts. So we've got 4 caps and 3 parts, and then we've got a luck test. Her luck being 2. See if she gets a vault key. She does not. No vault key for her. Right, Tristan is going to loot this searchable, but firstly he's going to shoot at the swatter. So he's got a 4P test. He's got 2 luck. This will ignite. His perception being 5. So we do have an ignite, and we get 1 extra roll. So he's going to do 2 harm, plus an extra 1, maybe for the ignite, but it's not really going to make a difference to the attack, so she's just going to take a harm. That's because the swatter's endurance is 5, so it's not going to break it, so just 1 harm goes on her. Then he's going to search, just looking for caps and stuff. We got 7 and 7. I'm not going to change that, so I'll get 7 of each, and then we'll do a luck test, luck 2. See if we get a vault key. And we do. So Clayton's going to have a shot into the building to shoot the knight. This is a free P test. His perception is 4. And that's a swing and a miss. So this is for the shot from the ghoul on Happy. Suppress 2 is actually a test. So we need 6s to see if he is suppressed. So he's not suppressed. So he gets his action back. Happy is happy. Okay, so now the scribe has just climbed up here to the window. He's going to shoot Clayton, the security officer. He's got a laser pistol. He's within 10. He's got a free agility. His agility is 4. Supposed to have 2 luck dice. So we get 1 luck dice. All right. So he does have the potential to ignite, but it's not going to do enough to go past his harm, or his endurance rather. So he's just going to cop a harm for now. All right, nice and easy. Kimberly's just done a get moving action. This guy and the 2 dogs were within the control range, so they've all moved up, not fearing any more shots. Field scribe moved up and got to there. which then makes this guy want to shoot him. So he's going to shoot. Now, I did forget before about my extra dice for elevation. I'm not going to forget this time. So this is a free P test. His P is 4. This gun has a pierce. Okay, so that is a miss, but we do have another roll. And that's a miss. So that's going to be 3 with pierce, making it 4. The scribe's endurance is 4. So that will be a harm and an injury. All right, so we're going to have a couple of shots. We're going to have the security guard and a protectron. They're going to shoot up into the field scribe up here. This guy's going to move on. The dog and the baseball girl are going to probably move around the corner. The Brotherhood have activated. The ghoul just recovered the 1 harm. All right, so we'll go to the dice box and roll these dice. All right, this is a 3P on 4 test. Oh, that's a good roll. That was a hit anyway. That one's gone. So this is going to be 4. It does have suppress, which isn't going to make a difference. So this scribe has just taken a injury and a harm. All right, Mr. Fuzz is now shooting. He's got a robot laser, which is a 4P test. His P is 5. We've got 1 extra one. Oh my God, this guy's dead. Ignited, suppressed, but he's taken 4. He's already lost a wound, and now he's being shot out the window. Also note, he should have rolled an extra dice because he was injured. Yeah, well, he had a harm, so definitely dead. Just finishing off the turn after the protector on the Fuzz killed the scribe. These guys have all moved up. Happy's also run towards the door. These guys are here. He's ready to climb the stairs and take hold of an objective. These two are pretty sitting happy up here. We've got an injury and a harm on this scribe. We've got the ghoul chilling down here and some radiation, along with a Brotherhood of Steel. And we've just got 1 brother there with a bolt key as well. All right, so now we go to round 2. All right, start of round 2. Paladin Hadrik, vertibird drop. Lays into this young lady. There's not enough room. It's an area 1 gun, but I'm quite short. Now, if I do cause an injury or an incapacitation, they are within free. So one of them will have to do a morale check. So he's going to shoot into the champ. He's going to also take some psycho. So he's got his luck of 2 plus the other 3 dice. No, 4 dice for the Gatling. Then he's got her out in the open plus some psycho. And we're looking for 5s. This also has ignite 2. Oh my God. Well, he made a bad choice in taking the drugs. He is then going to not do another action. Well, with that whiff, he's slow, so he cannot use that again. Mr. Zach, the security guard, is going to take another shot at this scribe. He is elevated. He's got an extra harm, and he's going to aim. So he's got 3 dice, the harm, the elevation, and the aim. This is hitting on 4s. What have we got? Nope. We do get 2 extra dice. And that's 4. Oh, this guy can't catch a break. And this does have pierce, so that's 5. So that's an injury and a harm. So that field scribe is also taken out. So Knight Galen has opted to take the responsibility that the scribe was going to go for. So his first move is to there. His second move will be in there, but he can't do that yet. He's going to have to let the dwellers take a turn. So it seems though their shooting's gone so well. We'll see if there's another target. Okay, we've got Amelia, the security guard, shooting into the building at the Paladin. This is a 4P test. It's a combat rifle. No longer has fast. Does have maim. So what have we got? We've got 6. What do we need? 4s. So those two don't hit. Alright, so we're going to cause 1 harm, and then we have the maim effect, which is going to cause an additional harm afterwards. So he's been put on 2 harm. The ghoul is popping out from his doorway. He's going to shoot the lady on the objective, and then he's going to duck back into the doorway. This is a 5 dice test with 1 being in the open and 1 for the harm that's already on her. We're hitting on 5s. Let's see if we go. It looks really good. Okay, so we're going to add another 3 dice. What's her endurance? It is 5, so currently she's dead because we've got 6. So she's been vaporized. And then he's going to move into the doorway. He's going for another shot at that guy in the building. He's got 2 harm, so it's increasing it to 6 dice. This is on 4s. Nope, 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 nope. Get another dice. So it's 3, so it's going to cause a harm, and then he's going to take a harm from maim. So he's on his threshold now of 4. Okay, so we've got Tristan in the building shooting down at McGavin. McGavin's endurance is actually down to 4 currently because he's drained. I've just realised that. We're going to be rolling 6 dice. So we've got 4 base, 1 for the harm, and then another 1 for the elevation. We are hitting on 5s. Not good. Actually, I probably should have taken a psycho. So we've got 3, 4, 5. We've got ignite 1. Agility is 5. So he failed that, so he takes an extra damage, so that's 6 damage, so it wasn't enough. He's going to take a harm and an injury. So with his second action, he recovers. Now, unfortunately, it is 8 inches for him to come through the door, get to here, climb up, and get to him. It's just about 7.5. So he's going to have his first action of coming up. And then because he's charging, he's going to have a nice attack on him with 2 harm. All right, working out the dice pool. We've got 3 luck. We've got another 2 dice for the 5 dice test. We've got 2 harm. And then we've got 1 for charging in. So this is hitting on 5s. Okay, so we've got 2 luck dice that have won us over. Shiny. Oh my god, so we've got 3, 6, 7, 8 plus Pierce makes 9. Tristan's endurance is 6, so it's not quite enough, but it is greater, so that's going to be an injury and a harm. Okay, so for this guy's second action, he's moved up, he's taken the point. He's now looking through the window so he can check out the gunfire on the rooftop. Now, she's got the option to aim, but I think I'm just going to pepper some harm on this guy. 3P, which is 2 luck, 1, and then 1 for being out in the open. I could add 2 dice, but I might as well just roll 4 dice and hope that I actually get a hit. So P is 5. We got 1. So that is Pierce, so it'll be 2, but it's still just 1 harm. He's done a lot of moves. This guy's moved up here. He cannot shoot him into the building. He'll kill his leader, but he's not going to do that. The medic moved up, healed this guy. He's got to do a loot search. Everyone else has really just moved up very aggressively. The ghoul's at the door. He's now been occupied by a dog. And then we've just got this shoot here, and then we go into round 3. All right, so this is Clayton searching. We've got a 9 and a 2, so that's 9 caps and 2 parts. Then we've got our luck test, a 4 luck test. We need 1s and 2s. He's got a crit, so he's actually got a Vault Tech key. All right, then we've got our 4 dice rifle attack, because it's a 3P. We're out in the open, looking for 5s. We've got 3 hits with a extra one. Oh, 4 hits. His endurance is 7 though, but that will be a harm. All right, so the end of round 2, objective is secured. We've got a vault key on the dwellers here. This little skirmish continues. He's on 1 harm. We've got a vault key and an objective being secured here. The ghoul is in here. Maybe he's luring them into the radiation. And we've got a battle right here. All right, and then we go into round 3. This guy here, I'm thinking the best way for him to survive is to back away from the melee, and then he's going to do a recover. That way he's not getting attacked twice by him with 3 harm on him. So now he's only got 1 harm because he just needs to survive for another turn. Zach is going to be shooting at the Paladin. It's a 3P test. He's getting +1 for the harm. He needs a 4. All right, so he's got 2. This is not going to beat his endurance, so it's just going to be 1 more harm on to the Paladin. So the ghoul is going to back away. He's going to shoot the dog, and then he's going to come stand over here. 6 dice test on 5s. Oh my god. That was not very good. He needs 1 more. No. Alright, so it's a harm, and then it's going to get a maim. Zach, he's going to shoot the Paladin again. This is hitting on 4s. Nope. We've got an extra 2. So he's done 4. And he's got Pierce, which makes it 5. He does have to be up to 7, so it's just going to be 1 more harm. The guy in here to shoot at this champion. Here we go. I keep rolling zeros. My god. So it'll be a harm. It does have ignite, but it's not going to affect this roll. So 1 harm goes on to the champion. So there's no great rush for these guys. They will probably just go up, attack the ghoul, maybe come around and support the boss that's going to be fighting the Paladin that's in there. I'll just roll for her shooting him. He's going to shoot her after that. And then she'll probably shoot him again. Hitting on 5s. And then we've got 2 luck. That did count. That one's gone. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 7 with Pierce, which is equal to. So that's going to be a injury and a harm, putting him now up to 4 harm. He's got 3 wounds left. Having taken all that harm, he's actually going to reduce himself down to 2. He's going to pop some Psycho, and he's going to blast her. All right, so here's the dice pool for Hadriks Heavy Gatling Laser. He needs 7s. It's an S weapon, not a P weapon. All right, and then of course I don't roll them. And then we get 2 extra. So we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Her endurance is 4. I believe that she is automatically killed. Is double her endurance value of 4, so she is actually incapacitated. So she's been taken out completely. Having heard the cry of Carol from the rooftops, the boss is going to take a swing. This is requiring 5s. Doesn't count, doesn't count, doesn't count. One more. That does hit. This has got pierce, so this is going to become 6. His endurance is 6, so he's going to become wounded and a harm. So he's got 1 health point left. My knight in the building is going to try and kill the objective carrier. Now, it's a 4 dice test. He's up high and he's out in the open. On 5. He's got an endurance value of 5. And then we could look at ignite, but we don't need to, so that's over 5, so the guy is dead. Moved a couple of people around, so the medics double moved over to here to give support if it's required. He's going to have a shot, the Protectron's going to have a shot at the ghoul, plus we have the Dweller that doesn't care about radiation. So all those 3 are going to shoot the ghouls, and then I'm going to move the dogs. So out of all these guys firing at the ghoul, the Protectron completely whiffed. The guy at the back did a harm. She then had a very good dice roll, but she only got 1 as well. So it's just 2 harm onto the ghoul. All right, this is Chewie's attack. So he's got 4 for his basic. He's got 2 harm on him. He's charged, and he's now got a friendly doggo with him. So this is hitting on 4s. So we've got 4. The ghoul's endurance is 6, so that's just going to be 1 extra harm. Security guard just moved, collected the token, and then moved up. Okay, end of round 3. This guy did nothing. He's just entertaining himself there with a Nuka-Cola machine. We've got a little battle here for this objective. We've got the other objective up there being controlled by the knight. The ghoul is overrun. He's got a lot of problems. And this fella is probably going to be killing him. All right, so round 4. Here we go. Tristan the Brave has run away. He's come up to here with his 2-inch withdrawal, done a recovery action. He's just hoping that he can keep hold of this vault key whilst Happy McGavin and possibly the doc are coming to get him. So Zach has just moved here to get a little bit of cover in case this guy just decides to blast, but he also needs to look after the objective. So he's going to shoot. So that's got pierce. It's not enough, so he's just going to go up to 3 harm. So Galen's going to shoot down at the dog, trying to give the ghoul an opportunity to get out of there. This is hitting on 5s with ignite. 4 will do it. So that doggo is dead. This one's come up to charge. He's getting the bonus 3 dice, plus 1 for charging. His friend in the harm. Causes a harm. His max threshold would be 3. He's not burly or anything like that, so he does take a damage. So the ghoul has moved, backed out. Then he's going to try to shoot. This guy, of course, I did forget about obscuring targets. So the Protectron will take the shot. So that is 2, 4, 6. The Fuzz has an endurance of 5, so that's going to be a injury and a harm. And then with hit and run, fire and move, he then backs off behind the pillar. Now we're moving the security guard around here. The idea would be to get some harm onto this guy so that he can be dead. The leader will probably come up and attack, and then hopefully this one can come up and then grab the token. So we've got 2 damage, but the endurance value is too high, so that'll be a harm plus another harm from maim. All right, we're going to get this knight to do his final action. He's going to shoot down here, try and kill that vault dweller, which is 5. We've got 3, 4, 5 plus an ignite if we needed to, but we don't need to because She is just a regular old settler with endurance of 3. So she is dead. All right, the boss man McGavin comes up with his officer's sword. So he's rolling 5 dice with 3 luck, 2 for the harm and 1 for the charge. And this is on 5s. Ooh, nope, 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 nope. Oh my god, that's a complete whiff. All right, the Brotherhood's turn. Hadrik moves up, so he's contesting the objective, and then he's going to unload into this poor fella. So this is a 4 dice test with 1 extra for being out in the open. This is hitting on 7s. And this guy is toast. It's up to Ivan Day at this point to kill this man. I'm looking for 4s. And we just do 2, so that's an extra harm. His second action. So we got 2, 3, 4, 5. Pistol is Pierce. So that is 6. That equals his endurance. And he's been slain. So we ended up moving the dock up here to claim the objective. These 2 guys came down here and managed to finish off the ghoul. So at the end of round 4, we've got the settlers, the dwellers' objectives being controlled by the Brotherhood, and the vault key objective, which was what the Brotherhood wanted, being controlled by the dwellers. So it's quite fitting that the dwellers have got their vault. And then we'll go to the roundup. All right, so now let's work out who has died or lived or whatever we're going to do. So we've got our scribe Bartholomew. He has got, and should probably roll over there, so it's an 8. A clean bill of health. Ulrich also has a clean bill of health. Sir Tristan, he's got a 6. He's a grunt, so he's also got a clean bill of health. So the Brotherhood have got off easy enough. We'll do the champ first. Oh, we've got a 4. Serious injury. And we rolled a 5, so she is drained, which is -1 to her endurance, so she'll be quite easy to kill next time. Then we've got our security officers. So we'll do that first. We've got a 9. That's a clean bill of health. He's got a 9, clean bill of health. And he's got a 6, which is also a clean bill of health. So they're all fine. Then we've got our citizen, which is a 5, also a clean bill of health. And then we've got our doggo. Oh, he's got a 3. So that's a serious injury. And he's got an 8, which is -1 to his agility. Going through our experience gains, the dwellers ended up getting 1 experience point for holding an objective. They got 1 for failing a full roll. They got 1 for surviving, and then they also got 1 because they lost a champion. The Brotherhood got 2 experience points for having the objective tokens. They also got 1 for failing a full skill roll. They got 1 for surviving, and then they also got 1 for a half lesson. The Brotherhood so far came out with 13 caps and 14 parts with 5 experience points. The Dwellers came out with 12 caps and 6 parts. I'm going to roll on the vault table because they have got the vault table. So we'll roll. We've got a 6. So we've got peaceful traders. The vault dwellers here are well armed and fortified but willing to trade an old power armor frame that they have in storage in return for peace. Choose 1 model in your crew to gain the power armor perk. This model now uses a 40 mil base instead of its original base. Now I was just deciding about the power armor. I think I'm going to give it to my hunter purely because I think the leader is tough enough as he is. And I like this miniature because I can swap the heads out because I use magnets. And there she is. From here into there. Whoa. Now also, I didn't realize that I have to roll for the ghoul. So on a 1, he's dead and he can no longer be used by anyone. And we got a 3. So adios. After receiving treatment, the legend leaves your crew. Off he goes. Okay, so the Vault 155 survivors, because they are nomadic and they are doing the every time that I return quest line, they get to roll twice on the facility table and can spend points, can do story actions based off those facilities that they roll. Now I rolled the monument and the tunnels. The tunnels doesn't really help really at this point in time. They do get +1 reach with the monument. Now the actions that we ended up doing, we did scout action, which we got 4 points for scouting. McGavin rolled pick what you want on the level up table, except for luck and health, which would have been nice, but he ended up picking strength, so now he's got a strength of 6, so he's had two +1s to his strength, which means that I've got to go through and pick a perk. And then we ended up doing a gear upgrade, which ended up being the precision hunting rifle, which now I guess looks like a laser rifle. So that's now a 4 perception weapon. And then I also did the baseball bat to make it a 4 strength weapon. Whoa, her makeup looks awful on this camera. Anyway, so that's the quest line. Well, that's their story actions. They have completed their goal of modifier weapon. They need to get another 2 games in which they get 4 XP in a game. And then I need to do another 2 scout story actions, and then they can go up to the next tier. And then I can buy another marksman. Yeah, so I picked charge. So because that was a strength, the crew also gets an extra experience points. Because you pick a perk inside of what they actually leveled up in, and then they give the crew an extra experience point. So McGavin can now charge, which means he can just move and gets a free attack, which is very good. All right, then I'll do the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood, Hadriks Recon squad. We ended up doing a level up action, which Hadrik ended up getting a level up, rolled a 1, got +1 strength. So now his strength is 8. So his gun's hitting like easily. Not necessarily a truck, but it is hitting. Now I did upgrade I upgraded everyone's gun. We had that many parts, so everyone's gun's gone up 1. So the heavy Gatling laser now has a 20 range. The laser pistol now has a 14 range. The Crusader pistol now has Ignite 1. And then the 2 laser rifles also have an increased range, so they now shoot up to 22. Because these guys have the trader outpost, I did the bartering. Now with trader outpost, you get 4 caps instead of 3 caps per success. With 4 dice, I got 1 success. So good stuff, good stuff. Now they have also decided to go with the quest line of buy steel. So they need to recruit a knight, which I do not have enough caps for at the moment. They need to do the vertibird drop, which I think will be easy because that's an easy ploy, because I didn't play any survivor ploys. I forgot all about it. And then they also need to choose to play a duel scenario. So here's the survivors. Their rep is now 355. And here's the Recon squad. Their rep is now 290. So as Recon Hadrik move on to their next objective, signs of war, pillage, raiding. The super mutants are going to come and raid their turf. Stay tuned for next time.